even though we're high net worth investors, none of us have enough power to create or even change a market. And so the idea of blending the portfolio of real estate investments, or even more globally with alternative investments, if you're doing things beyond just real estate, is that you can't rely on a singular asset class to sustain you through a lifetime of financial freedom lived and enjoyed by passive income from those types of assets, because you're constantly having money coming back in through your rents, using this example that if you've got your structure managed right, or structure set up right, and you're managing it properly from year to year, you don't need all of that income. So you're constantly reinvesting to keep adding to that diversification of the portfolio. But you know, you and I both know at this very moment, you know, and we're recording the show here, Fuquan, trying to buy single family real estate at any sort of scalability is virtually impossible because the prices are too high. I mean, the physical houses are there, but it doesn't make sense in a lot of markets to pay that price. So if you're just a one, you know, asset class kind of investor, and you're now getting cash piling up because you can't go and invest it, that is what having the blended portfolio and having access to the right types of deals and a wide range of the right type of alternative deals, at the very least, it keeps your cash flow being able to be deployed. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't have to learn about those just because you're really good in one thing. You have to be learning and keeping yourself educated about these other asset classes out there, and then understanding the right mix of them. I'll just say kind of one more point on that to your question, Fuquan, about what is the balanced portfolio of alts looks like. So kind of just talked about it in a singular asset class, and you know, asset classes come in and out of vogue all the time and at a much greater, faster motion than what I've ever seen them in, you know, in my 20 some years of investing anyway. And I can only imagine it's just going to get faster and faster. And so, you know, as time goes on too, the needs in our portfolio, another example is the version of income versus a version of growth. And you hear that in traditional financial planning, but in alternative investments, it takes on a bit of a different meaning, because we see growth, especially today, is where some of the higher yields are at. And look, I like a high yielding deal just like you do, Fuquan, just like every other investor does. We see a big yield, we get excited, especially as investors. You just, wow, that looks like a cool deal. But just because it's high yield doesn't mean it tells the whole story. And you know, my life today, and you know, where members that come choose to work with us are either there and they're trying to preserve it, or they're wanting to get more of it, is passive income. At the end of the day, even though I'm still a very active investor and I run the Mile Marker Club, my wealth is, and my lifestyle is built around my passive income. And that's when you're looking at that and building that, you start to realize, you know, a good solid 7, 8, 9% consistent, predictable monthly cash flow. That's my priority. I'm here to have that, but yet as investors, your bell, you know, we get, whoa, what's going on over here, you know? Yeah, shiny object. Whoa, I want to go do that. And it's like growth. Yes, we need growth in our portfolio, but the biggest thing we need to do is manage our passive cash flow. And so that income and growth component becomes part of that blended portfolio.